guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, it is Tuesday, May 21st. I had to think about that. May 21st, and it's 11:31 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I know it seems like I'm getting a late start, but I've actually already recorded an hour-long video. Unfortunately, you'll never get to see it because the file was unstable and YouTube rejected it. So I am recording again because I know that a lot of you guys, if I don't record for 2 days in a row, you'll start worrying and thinking I'm sick or whatever. So anyway, yesterday was a vacation, so I took the day off yesterday, but I'm back today. All right, there are no Q posts for this evening, but we do have we have plenty of Q related news to get into. So let's get into it. All righty. Now, I will warn you that I'm tired because it's 11:30 at night. So I'm tired, and you know what happens to me when I get tired. So, all right, let's dig into our first item here. The creepy new addition to McDonald's menu. As if Ronald the clown here isn't creepy enough. Always found clowns so creepy. All right, so let's take a look at this. The great thing about corporate giants is they're such amazing business innovators. For example, in the category of wheel-spinning innovation, i.e. trying to change a corporation's course without actually changing anything, it's hard to top McDonald's. For several years, the fast food chain has been losing customers to younger chains with healthier, more stylish offerings. So CEO Steve Easterbrook has tried to recoup the losses with PR tricks, such as calling the menu healthy and fresh. Yeah, but McNuggets and fries are still what they are, so people haven't bitten the PR bait. Yeah, people really aren't that stupid. Now, though, he's hit on an innovation that'll surely cause hungry eaters to flock to the golden arches, artificial intelligence. Yeah. Because isn't artificial intelligence what you think of when you think of McDonald's? All right, so yes, exclaimed Steve the innovator. Steve the innovator. Yeah. Consumers need a robotic order taker to advise them on what to order based on AI's ability to digest unlimited data about weather, traffic, time of day, and what other people are ordering. Yes, I always want to order what other people are ordering. No, I don't. And, you know, I mean, isn't it enough? I mean, our local Walmart has already put all the cashiers out of business because apparently minimum wage is just too much to pay these people. So they have these automatic, you know, the do-it-yourself. I refuse to use them. I won't use them. I won't shop anywhere that uses them because it does people out of jobs. And they're paying them hardly anything to begin with. So yeah, actually, yes, I would rather pay a little bit higher prices and have real people to talk to at the cash. I'm just saying. But now McDonald's, I guess minimum wage is too much to pay the order takers at McDonald's. So there you go. They're going to employ AI robot order takers. Yeah, based on, it's going to advise them what to you know, order. It's going to tell you, suggest things to order based on the weather, the traffic, the time of day. What does traffic have to do with it? The traffic's heavy, so I think I'll have fries. I don't know. I mean, it's raining, so give me a Big Mac. Oh, I don't know. It's sunny out. Give me a shake. Anyway, decision technology is what they're calling it because we're just all too lazy to think for ourselves, I guess. Yeah, it's decision technology. Yeah, you haven't heard the last of that. It's called, and the CEO spent $300 million McDollars. 300 million. That's right, 300 million McDollars to buy these so-called thinking machines, which the maker claims will provide the rapid and scalable creation of highly targeted digital interactions. Oh, isn't that what we all go to McDonald's for? No. No, I don't eat at McDonald's. Once in a while, okay, you caught me. I lied. Once in a while, I'll have an Egg McMuffin, but that is once in a while, and only when I have to get up really at the crack of stupid. But anyway, I digress. So rapid and scalable creation of highly targeted digital interactions, and that, of course, is what we're all after. Now, what could be more inviting than that? Just about anything. Even a root canal is more inviting than that. Esterbrook adds excitedly that his innovation deployment of this artificial intelligence network will provide an even more personalized customer experience. Even more personalized? Than what? Than a human being? I don't think so. Really, I don't think so. Anyway, that's what he thinks. Sure, Steve, nothing like more computers to add a warm personal touch to make a meal more appealing. Yeah. Far from helping customers, McDonald's snazzy new AI ordering system will be helping the corporation by silently compiling personal information on you, ranging from your movement patterns to your license plate number. I guess if they see you're kind of sluggish, you're probably a consumer of a lot of high-fat meals. I don't know, maybe they might want to up your fries like to the extra large. What do they call that? Jumbo size? I don't know what they call it. Anyway, you know how they're always saying, do you want fries with that? No, I don't. I don't want fries with that. And then if you order fries, which I don't, then they say, do you want to make that a extra jumbo size? I don't know what it's called even. See, anyway, yeah. Far from helping customers, McDonald's snazzy new. Okay, we've just read that, and we don't need to read it again. As Esterbrook admits, McDonald's will use the technology to make the most of the data collected. Kind of like Facebook. Your data is their data, is everybody's data. Yeah. Okay. Good reason not to ever eat at McDonald's again. So there you go. Yeah. How do you feel about that? I don't feel too good about it. It makes me laugh, though, that he thought calling their, their fare, what did he call it? Healthy and fresh. He wonders why that didn't work. Yeah. Not too smart, boy. Not too smart. Okay, let's go back. No, really, let's. All right, now more from the AI world. And this is just plain freaky. Calvin Klein forced to apologize for commercial featuring model kissing a robot, but the reason why may surprise you. No, it won't. No, it won't. Designer label Calvin Klein has been forced to apologize over a commercial released this week showing model Bella Hadid locking lips with a realistic-looking female robot, but not for the reasons you might think. Yeah, and this is the robot right here. Yeah. Alrighty. The 30-second ad released Friday actually stars the robot, 19-year-old digital robot Lil Michaela. To be specific, according to Elle magazine, the ad shows both Hadid and Michaela dressed in Calvin Klein, staring at each other, then moving into a passionate kiss. Hadid's voice can be heard over the spot saying life is about opening doors, creating new dreams that you never knew could exist, presumably referring to the new door of making out with mechanical humanoids. Okay, well, first of all, that's not a new door. They've already got digital brothels. That's right, digital brothels. They exist. It's a thing. So apparently if you have no social skills whatsoever, you can still get a smoking hot girl. That's, then you don't have to interact with them or buy them dinner or be nice to them at all. You can just pretty much, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and they're out. I just feel bad for the next guy. But anyway, all right. The video, Calvin Klein says, is an accompanying statement. In an accompanying statement is titled Bella Hadid and Lil Michaela Get Surreal, adding that the video is about trying to discern between what's real and what's imagined. 19-year-old robot Lil Michaela blurs the lines of truth and fiction with Bella Hadid. Is this a dream or real? Michaela has designs on being the first robot fashion model. So now they take the jobs away from the Walmart people. They're taking and they're doing the same at Home Depot and Lowe's, and also they're doing now McDonald's. You know, they don't need order takers. They're going to have an AI taking your order at McDonald's. So sure, why don't we put all the models out of business too? Then you can just create, you know, if you're a clothing designer, you can just create the model that you want. Yeah, right. Alrighty. So Michaela, this 19-year-old robot, yeah. I doubt she's 19 years old in real life, because they probably didn't have the technology 19 years ago to do that. Or more specifically, the first robotic Victoria's Secret angel. Yeah, because everybody wants to see a robot modeling lingerie. Has an album. Yeah, the robot has an album. And is an aggressive advocate for LGBT rights, at least according to her Twitter feed. But while the concept of making out with humanoid robots might not sit well with some, it's really ran afoul of social justice warriors who accuse Calvin Klein of first farming out a job that a living, breathing LGBT human could do to a robot, and then for queerbaiting deliberately and cynically, using the cause of LGBT rights to attract viewers and sell products without fully dedicating itself to the LGBT cause. Okay. Critics called the ad exploitive, reports the Huffington Post. Who is going to tell Calvin Klein you're supposed to wait until June for your tone-deaf queerbait ad campaigns? An editor at New York Magazine wrote, referring to the idea that June is LGBT Pride Month. Lil Michaela and Bella Hadid out there smooching 2 weeks too early. Oh, that's what all the furor is over. They were just 2 weeks early. Others were just confused, questioning what exactly Hadid was doing in the video, especially given that she's a heterosexual who is in a public relationship with a male. Yeah, I would ask that too if I knew. I don't even know who Bella Hadid is. Calvin Klein, sensing trouble, apologized in a tweet issued Saturday, explaining that it's My Calvin's campaign, which can trace its roots all the way back to the 1990s, is about challenging stereotypes and practicing tolerance. This specific campaign was created to challenge conventional norms and stereotypes in advertising. In this particular video, we explored the blurred lines between reality and imagination, the company said in a statement. We understand and acknowledge how featuring someone who identifies as heterosexual in a same-sex kiss could be perceived as queerbaiting. They added, as a company with a long-standing tradition of advocating for LGBTQ rights, it was certainly not our intention to misrepresent the LGBTQ community. We sincerely regret any offense we caused. Do you really believe that? Because I don't believe it for a minute. Not even for a minute. You know why? Because the only reason why they're sorry is because it affected their pocketbook. That's the only reason. I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, you know, it's not even about the same-sex kissing or the human with robot. You would think most people, like, that's what I'm object to. But no, it's about queerbaiting, I guess. I don't know. It's a thing. Who knew? Anyway, I just thought that was interesting, seeing as AI is just taking over our lives. Slowly but surely. Okay, let's go back and okay, I gotta apologize already in advance of what I'm about to show you. Like, don't hate me, really, don't hate me. But I've got to show you this, okay? And if I had to watch it, you have to watch it. Now, I know you're saying why? Because misery loves company. Why else? Now, this is just about the most revolting thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm just warning you. Now, if you just ate, maybe don't watch this. But if you're on a diet or wanting to go on a diet, this is a really good thing to watch, because you won't want to eat for hours and hours, days, weeks, months, years. I don't know. But you may never eat again. But I have to show you. I have to. Only the best for you guys.
I had lunch the other day with...
Okay, now let me just preface this by saying this is Nadler, Jerry Nadler, and he's being interviewed, and they're at breakfast. Now, why anybody would want to interview Jerry Nadler when he's eating, I will never know. Now, reportedly, now he's a big guy. He is obviously really into his food. I mean, really into his food, if you know what I mean. And, and he's had weight loss surgery, but I don't know, he's shoveling it in. And he's making disgusting sounds. I'll never get it out of my mind. All right.
Bill Cohen, who, as you know, was a young congressman during the Nixon impeachment process. Yes. He said that he thinks that Trump deserves impeachment and that, in fact, what we're seeing now from Trump and his administration are worse than anything Nixon ever did. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Nixon never posed the kind
I had to get that bite in.
challenge to the separation of powers and to limited government.
Okay, let me just say here, as a child, pretty early on, you learn table manners, right? And we had a couple rules in my house as a child, and one was don't put your elbows on the table, number one. Number two, don't talk with your mouth full, ever. And yeah, he's violating both of those rules. And the other thing is he's got a little bit of egg stuck right here, and I would be terrified if I was that reporter. And notice he's not eating. Well, can you blame him? Really? But anyway, he's got this little bit of egg, and if I was that reporter, I'd be terrified that little piece of egg would be spit and hit me in the face or something. Okay, I'm going to go on now. I'm going to take it back a little bit so you can hear all the chomping. Yeah. Listen, I had to watch it, so you have to. All right?
Nixon never posed the kind of existential challenge to the separation of powers and to limited government that Trump does.
Disgusting. Seriously. I don't know if I'll ever be able to face another egg. Like, I'm serious. That was disgusting. And he's a grown man with a good education. Not that that necessarily means anything, but you'd think, he would, you'd think that he'd, not be shoveling it in and like actually talk to the man that's there to interview him. But no, he's way too interested in his food. All right. So I had to show you that because, ew. All right. Let's go back. And now, someone sent this to me, actually a listener, a friend of mine in Houston, and we were talking actually, and she mentioned this, and I said, no way. And she said yes, and she sent it to me. So I have to share this. It's a Snap Crap app. Yes, you heard it. Snap Crap app invites San Francisco residents to report poop on city streets. Yeah. Can't make this stuff up. So the new Snap Crap app is bringing San Francisco's poop problem into focus. The free app, launched Tuesday for iOS users, invites people to take photographs of feces on streets and sidewalks that need cleaning and delivers a report to the city's 311 hotline. I'm sure they get right on that. Sean Miller is the brains behind the app and told NBC Bay Area he was inspired to start the project when he moved from Vermont to San Francisco in 2017. Why would he want to do that? Why would he want to move from Vermont to San Francisco? I don't know. and was surprised to find himself constantly stepping over human waste. Yeah, that would surprise me too. No, it wouldn't. Not in San Francisco. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, San Francisco, known for its filthy streets, the 311 line receives about 65 calls regarding sidewalk poop every day. 65 calls. That means 65 people are out there pooping in public. Think about it. 65 people pooping in the street. Well, maybe not 65, because maybe some of those people have really good bowels and, they have to go 3 times a day. So potentially it could be less. I mean, potentially it could be 20 some people pooping 3 times a day in the streets. I don't know. But 65 piles of poop. 65. That's right. Could you imagine having that job? No. Anyway, to address the issue, the Department of Public Works announced in April it hired 5 staffers to join a poop patrol to steam clean sidewalks and clean up feces. Lovely job. Also, it's no laughing matter, San Francisco forming poop patrol to keep sidewalk clean. Yes, they are, and they have. Public Works spokesman Rachel Gordon welcomes the new Snapcrap app as another way to help clean up the city. Any way people want to report concerns and service requests to us, that's great, Gordon says. Yeah, I'm sure they get right on it. But she also wants to remind people they can use the city's 311 app to report feces. And she says it features additional tools that Snapcrap doesn't offer. Okay. For example, she should have just left it there. For example, you can add details to your report that might be helpful to the department workers responding, while Snapcrap only allows you to post a photo and then identifies your location with GPS. Well, what more do you need? A description? Well, there's some corn in it. It's kind of runny. Oh, man, this is like they had explosive diarrhea. Well-formed and deeply brown. I mean, what? Why do you want to add a description? Why? You've got the picture. Okay, that's what the poop looks like. And, they can take that picture and, find the exact location and go, yep, that looks like the poop in question. I don't know. But apparently, 311 app, if you use that, you can maybe add a description to it to help them find the poop. I mean, does it wear a disguise? I mean, yeah, we've got a pile of poop here and it's wearing sunglasses. And come on, people. Snapcrap app. I hope it catches on. Snapcrap app. And there you go. Yeah, but if you want to add details to your report, then use the city's 311 app. Gordon also says the city is trying to be more proactive in preventing the issue and just opened a 24 pit spot public toilet. 24, but there's 65 piles of poop a day. 65 piles of poop on the wall, 65 piles of poop. Take one down, pass it around. 64 piles of poop on the wall. I warned you. All right. Let's go back and get into news that you could use maybe, or maybe not. Now, this came from Vancouver in British Columbia. Yep. Way on the west coast of Canada. And this is what they're handing out. Please be courteous to your Muslim neighbors. Many Muslims live in this area and dogs are considered filthy in Islam. Okay. Please keep your dogs on a leash and away from the Muslims who live in this community. Yeah, I'm going to just leave that right there, because if I tell you what I really think about this, I will get kicked off of YouTube because it will be considered hate. This makes me irate. Actually, I have a very good friend of mine, and she and her husband were selling a very large house that they had built, and they designed it and built it themselves. Well, they didn't build it themselves. They had a builders build it, but and they were trying to sell it. And this house is, you know, your average person couldn't buy it. They're fairly well off, and the average person couldn't buy it. So the buyers that were looking at it were Muslim, and they came in. They were all gung-ho about the house until they found out that my friend and her husband have a dog. And then they wanted to get out of the house as soon as they could. Now, the dog wasn't there because they knew that the realtor was coming, and they put the dog away. I mean, they took the dog with them, not put it away. But yeah, so the dog wasn't there. But when they found out, I guess there was some dog hair or something clued them into the fact that there was a dog in that house. They didn't even want to buy the house at that point because they said it'd never be clean because a dog had been in it. There you go. So, man's best friend, not to a Muslim. Okay, now let's see. I think I'm going to skip that. Actually, I want to get to this because I think this is like awesome, absolutely awesome. And you know, we need some good news. Denny's is grateful for being one of the largest restaurant chains in the world, and to express our gratitude, we are working closely with law enforcement to train thousands of our employees to detect and promptly report child sex trafficking. This is phenomenal because, you know, whenever I'm traveling, you know, you travel through the night or whatever, you always know that 3 places are going to be open: Denny's, the Waffle House, and IHOP. So, you know, and Tim Hortons here in Canada. But yeah, so they really are on the front lines because at some point, you know, if you're trafficking kids, they've got to eat. So if somebody's trafficking children and they come in to eat and all of the employees are trained on what to look out for. Yes, my cat just knocked over a vase. All right. So I think that this is just awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. And I wish that the other chains would do the same. Really. I mean, now, where's another place that are apt to stop with kids? McDonald's, because there's a lot of McDonald's that are open 24 hours. So that would be another good place. But I guess if they are training AI robots and doing away with some of the staff, maybe that might not, you know, I don't know. They'd have to train the robot. If they order this, they're trafficking children. Yeah, I don't know. But I really, really respect this decision of Denny's, you know, well, John C. Miller of Denny's. I think it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now, okay, are you ready to be gobsmacked? Really? Okay. You know how Isaac Cappy, he said, what I did was dumb, 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 dumb. Now, a lot of people think that Isaac Cappy, and go back to the video that I did on Isaac Cappy if you are not aware of this, but many believe that he was murdered. I believe he was murdered. I believe that there's enough evidence there to suggest that he's been murdered. And I believe that the video that he did, that he was under duress to do it, because someone at one point said, "Are you under duress?" Blink twice, and he did. So here is an anon that found this. Isaac Cappy, and he did say this. He said, what I did was dumb, 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 dumb. He jumps from a bridge in Belmont, Arizona, where there just so happens to be a deep underground military base. What are the odds? It's right there. And really, too, I mean, the bridge was estimated to be about 20 feet. You could easily fall 20 feet or jump 20 feet and nothing happened. You might sprain an ankle, you might break an ankle or a leg, but you're not going to die. So if someone's going to commit suicide, they're not going to jump from an overpass. Really, they're not. It's ridiculous. But I did want to show you that because I think that is very interesting, and wouldn't surprise me if there's something to that, because I think he was trying to hint. I really do. All right. And then, of course, you had Comey's tweet. No, not Comey. Tom Hanks' tweet about roadkill on Route 66, which is where he was killed. Yeah, interesting. So I wanted to show you this as well. If you are in the Las Vegas area, caution, because Memorial Day weekend, they are wanting crisis actors. Let us know if you have experience as a crisis actor. So they are wanting crisis actors for an event in Las Vegas. Now, as soon as this went out on Twitter, somebody found this and put it on Twitter, and they deleted this ad, apparently. I don't know if it was on Craigslist. It was on Craigslist, and they have deleted it. And it was under talent gigs. Las Vegas talent gigs. They have now deleted that post, but they were calling for crisis actors for an event in the Las Vegas area. So if you're going to Las Vegas for Memorial Day, be cautious. See something, say something, be aware of your surroundings. All right, I wanted to make sure that you got that. And oh, I hope I got this, because that reminds me of something else. Oh gosh, now where is it? I must be getting tired because I can't. I thought I had it, but anyway, so they're looking for crisis actor. Oh, okay. You remember an anon had decoded that a false flag was going to happen at a certain place, and they took it from Comey's tweet, 5 jobs I've held, and determined that a school something, it was a fundraiser of some sort, that there was going to be an event there. Well, they have now in that exact area arrested somebody with I'll try to find the article for the next time, because I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. Maybe I let me see if this is it. I wanted to. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. All right, I don't know, but I'm going to try and find it for you, because it's really good information, because that, everybody was making fun of it. Even the Rolling Stone magazine was making fun of it and saying, yeah, now we're, canceling things because of far right extremism and stuff. And yeah, it ended up being a viable, it really was, there was going to be a false flag, and it was probably prevented by that anon who decoded that. So let me see here what else we have, because now I wanted to show you this by Deplorable Cuban. My name is Kathy Shelton. As a 12-year-old, here, let me get her face so you can see her. As a 12-year-old, I was brutally raped by a man which put me in a coma for 5 days and destroyed my fertility. The lawyer accused me of seeking older men, laughed at me in the courtroom, and saved my rapist from jail. The lawyer's name was Hillary Clinton. Yeah, and there's this girl that she accused of seeking older men. It's disgusting. And she did laugh about it, because I've heard this story, but I never saw a picture of the actual girl. And this breaks my heart, this poor girl. And it's destroyed her fertility. She'll never be able to have children. It's terrible. She was in a coma for 5 days. Unbelievable. But with Hillary, nothing surprises me. Okay, actually, this is it. This is what I was looking for. Gosh, I must really be tired to have missed that. Let me get this a little bit bigger for you tiny phone people. All right. Now, found this. This is from Mary C. on Twitter. Found this on the Chan. Shout out to @StormIsUponUs, saving patriots from another false flag. Now, remember, there was this nothing better happened at Grass Valley Charter School during their Blue Marble Jubilee on May 11th. Jim. And it says, Joe, have you seen the possible decode of Comey's latest bizarre tweet. It's possibly a coded false flag message, and the possible target is a big school family event at a Nevada fairgrounds. So that was 429. Joe M. retweets a decode of Comey's 5 jobs I've had tweet, theorizing a potential false flag in Grass Valley, Nevada. Patriots alert authorities and an upcoming event is canceled. 5:10, Rolling Stone publishes an article attacking Joe M. and QAnon for causing the event to be shut down. Joe M. comes under heavy attack on Twitter. And this is what Rolling Stone had to say. A ridiculous QAnon conspiracy forced a small charter school to cancel a fundraiser. Then 5:19, a police tip. Oh, and this is the actual tweet by Comey. It says 5 jobs I've had, and which the Anon decoded as 5 jihads, and grocery store clerk, vocal soloist for church weddings, chemist, strike replacement high school teacher, FBI director, interrupted. So Grass, and this is the first, taking the first letter, it's GVCSF, Grass Valley Charter School Foundation. And they found out that at the Nevada County Fairgrounds on May 11th, 2019, they would be holding their Blue Marble Jubilee. So they did the right thing. They alerted the authorities and it was shut down. And then on 5/19, a police tip leads to a house in Grass Valley where pipe bombs were allegedly being stockpiled for an attack. Yeah. Now, that's not a coincidence. Police find pipe bombs on Fox 40. They said police find pipe bombs in Grass Valley woman's home. And 5:20, James Comey deletes the 5 jobs I've had tweet. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. And says Joe M. vindicated. Patriots save lives. Suck it, trolls. I could not agree more. Remember the Grass Valley school event that was canceled because deranged conspiracy theorists saw something and then said something? Suck it, trolls. And then it's got Comey as the Riddler, I think. I was never a Batman fan. TikTok. And then it says here, the panda droid. Comey deleted the 5 jobs I've had post. Ah, ha, 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 ha. So, isn't that interesting? They saved lives. Potentially, because I'm sure they weren't designing the pipe bombs to spread feathers and joy and glitter. So there you go. And then this says there were 2 people shot up in Grass Valley last night, and Hijo del Oso says this is insane. Grass Valley has never experienced a single crime in its entire. Oh, I cut that off too soon. Oops. I guess probably the entire history they've never had crime. And I wanted to show you this as well. This is from the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. It says this picture is astounding. Some of the 5,000 people who couldn't fit into the venue at real Donald Trump rally in Montoursville, Pennsylvania, Monday night. There was only room for 10,000 inside. Dedicated supporters of the president's policies staying to watch on the big screen. And look at them all. Look at them all. Like, he has rock star status. I mean, there are stars that can't pack out an auditorium like that. And he could have packed it out twice over. Unbelievable. He really does. And there was 5 people that fainted. 5 people fainted during that. I don't know. I guess they were just excited or whatever. And he called for a doctor in the house, and he found somebody. And then the next person went down and he said, I need that same doctor. So I'm sure that doctor was busy that night. There was 5 people carried out. So I thought that was interesting as well. I guess they were just really excited to see Trump, or maybe it was hot in there. I don't know. But anyway, all right. And this is good news as well. So let's take a look at this. I meant to do 2 videos tonight, but because, of the mishap earlier, I'm not, but perhaps tomorrow night I'll do 2. because there's lots of news. All right. Former AG Lynch denied under oath telling Comey to refer to Clinton email probe as a matter. Somebody's lying. Okay, this isn't what I thought it was, actually. I thought this was about 9/11, but she has lied under oath. So that is a big deal, And let's, oops. What am I doing? I don't know. We definitely don't want to see Jerry Nadler eat again. No, never. Okay. Oh, and look at this. Are you ready for socialism? 4 in 10 Americans, 4 in 10. That's a large percentage. Say socialism is a good thing. Yeah. 4 in 10 Americans say socialism is a good thing. Americans today are more closely divided than they were earlier in the last century when asked whether some form of socialism would be a good or a bad thing. So it's gaining inroads, people. We have to be alert. And all right, let me see if there's anything else I can get into here. Now, I saw this on Twitter and I clipped it out because it's interesting. It's an interesting connection, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, it could be, might not be. I'll let you guys decide. Okay, 1923 was when they first developed this logo, but the recent rendition, the recent artist rendition is from 1955. The Soviet coat of arms, left, graphically presents the dawn of a new day for the entire world. Its slogan, repeated in the 15 national languages of the USSR, is "Workers of all lands unite." Workers of all lands unite. Now, let's go down here, and we've got Clinton 08 and Hillary 2016. And this says the dawn of a new day, and a new day is dawning. Now, granted, a lot of people use that, this is a new day, this is a new era, whatever. I don't know necessarily, say that it has to be connected to this, but knowing what we know about Clinton and Russia, then I don't know. It's interesting. That's why I brought it. I thought it was interesting, but I'm kind of in the middle there. I don't know, because there might not be any connection at all. So how's that for decidedly wishy-washy? All right. Now I'm going to see if there's something else I can get to here. Oh, yes. This is really important. Major British sexual health charity, let me close this off, okay? Major British sexual health charity handed £132 million in foreign aid provided prostitutes for staff, donors, and guests attending official functions. So the government gave them £132 million in foreign aid, and with that, they provided prostitutes for staff, donors, and guests attending official functions. Isn't that nice of them? Yeah, it's the International Planned Parenthood Federation. Interesting, no? I don't really understand why taxpayers are funding it anyway, because they get all that money in body parts and everything. Really, they do. International Planned Parenthood Federation employs 30,000 staff. Charity's former regional director, Lucien Kouakou, I'm just going to call him LK, okay, because I can't pronounce his name except for his first name, made claims in internal emails. Top staff have quit and dozens of national associations have broken away. A major British charity handed huge sums in foreign aid by the government is alleged to have overseen the hiring of prostitutes for staff, donors, and guests attending official functions. International Planned Parenthood Federation, the world's biggest sexual health charity, is also accused of offering young volunteers to adults at events in Africa. Yeah, you heard that right. The bombshell claims were made in an internal email circulated in December and repeated in court papers filed earlier this year in Kenya by the charity's former Africa regional director. The revelation comes as IPPF, which employs 30,000 staff and is backed by 132 million pounds of British aid, is embroiled in a crisis threatening its future. Well, I hope it does threaten its future. Top staff have quit and dozens of national associations have broken away, while governance concerns have sparked threats from an international donor to stop funding. The furor follows a series of abuse scandals involving leading aid charities such as Oxfam, Save the Children, and World Vision, which have also seen allegations of the use of prostitutes, harassment, and trading of aid for sex in relief zones. The claims against IPPF emerged after the Mail on Sunday revealed in January, the charity was struggling to oust its Africa regional director, LK. Whistleblowers raised fears over expenses, fiddling? I guess that means cooking the books. Faked invoices and a £1 million land purchase in Nairobi. There were also claims that LK sent a witch porn video featuring a snake and naked woman to a senior female colleague to intimidate her. He's a piece of work. Now LK has been kicked out and as well as seeking compensation, has made explosive claims, including that the family planning charity offered sexual gifts to guests at African events for several years. In an email sent to an official at the IPPF's London headquarters responding to the threat of dismissal, LK discussed my alleged acts of sexual misconduct. He said Alvaro Bermejo, the charity's director general, told him that under a previous regime there was a promoting of prostitution within the organization where prostitutes would be organized for IPPF staff, donors, and partners during functions. LK, who claims he was told about the sordid activities during a management meeting in London last July, added in the email that youth volunteers were given to adult volunteers in sex relations. He repeated the charges in Kenyan court documents filed in February, which say that under a previous leadership, the region solicited the services of prostitutes for guests during official functions of the organization. The court documents add young volunteers within the region were being offered to invitee guests during the African gatherings and functions for sex or sexual pleasure. LK said that IPPF claimed these activities continued under his stewardship. He denies this in the documents, calling it racially motivated attack on his integrity. Don't they all resort to that? Seriously. LK's court papers say he was accused of sexual harassment, staff bullying, discrimination against people from regions of Africa, preferential treatment for staff engaged in sexual behavior, and breach of Kenyan labor laws. The documents also reveal he was paid £100,000 a year plus £940 a month for housing, £470 a month for security and private health cover, and that as regional director, he was handed diplomatic status by the Kenyan government. The saga, I bet you he's involved in sex trafficking, no doubt. He's got diplomatic immunity. So there you go. This saga seems to have led Alvaro Bermejo to resign after just 14 months in charge, saying his reform efforts have been frustrated. Other top staff are understood to have quit, and fears of the LK case highlighted a weak internal controls in a volunteer-based global charity with income of £80 million a year. In another blow, all 45 member associations in the Western Hemisphere region, including those in the US, Argentina, Brazil, and Canada, opted to break away from the London-based federation. They decided there are issues of accountability. No, really? And transparency between head office and regional office, although they did not specifically cite Africa, said one source in a breakaway association who was aware of the sex abuse allegations. A letter signed by more than 200 administrative staff at the charity said they could not achieve their goal due to inadequate implementation of our safeguarding policies and devastating financial deficit. IPPF is in a major crisis, claims the staff based in Bermondsey, South London, and several other regional offices. We are on the brink of losing everything we have worked for over the past 65 years. The influential charity was founded in the 1950s to fight for women's rights. It pays lavish salaries at the top, with one official on more than £330,000 a year, a raise of £63,000 on the previous year's highest salary. Last month, the Department for Internal Development chose IPPF to lead a consortium promoting sexual and reproductive rights in 6 countries. Ministers also gave it £132 million last year for another 3-year project. The Dutch government, another major donor, sent a letter to the charity last week demanding an independent review of governance and resource allocation systems immediately, and warning it would review its contacts. The IPPF Governing Council was locked in crisis talks yesterday. Now, I'm not going to go into the rest of this, but I did want you to know about it. I bet you there's a whole lot more to come out there, really. Because I'm pretty sure that they are involved in human trafficking. That would be my assumption. All right. So, all right. I know. I don't mean to remind you of that video. All right. Let me see if there's anything small I can get to. And, because I wasn't here yesterday. I really did want to do 2 videos tonight, but it's already 12:22. So actually, I think I will wrap it up right now, because I don't seem to have anything that's just, surfacey. So I'm going to stop for now. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to do 2 videos. There's enough news to go around. Let me tell you, it's unbelievable. So I will see you tomorrow, Lord willing. And you guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay well, and keep seeking the truth, because you know it. Deception bites. Good night.